honestly, I do a lot of traveling and little trips, a lot to go visit my fiance at school or when he's home with his family. But this is my first trip, like on a plane in a couple of months. I went to New York over Christmas, but I didn't like vlog it or anything. But anyway, there's something about flying that just makes it seem really fun. And I thought I would do a little travel reading vlog because I'm reading a book that I don't know anything about, but I have heard of the author a lot. And so I just thought I would do a little mashup of like, sorry, I'm not gonna talk over the announcement. Oh, and now it's over. Anyway, I thought I would just do a little mashup of a travel vlog and a reading vlog all together, just because of everything that's going on right now with like the government shutdown and like you know, TSA agents not getting paid and stuff. I got to the airport super early just in case the wait, like the TSA lines were long. They were not long. So I've already passed an hour just calling people and hanging out, and now I'm about to go get some lunch and keep reading. I've only read one chapter of this book, but anyway, we can get into some of my thoughts for it. So the book I am reading is The Metropolitan Affair by Jocelyn Green, and I have read one chapter. I just finished the first chapter a couple minutes ago, and I'm already intrigued. I know it's like mystery suspense. I do know that, and I know it's historical. It's set in 1925. And so far we've already been introduced to both of the main characters, Lauren Westlake and Joe, I forget his last name, but that's probably not that important, Joe Caravello, or Caravello probably. I love that we already have like been introduced to both of them. There's already been some key things with both of them. Lauren, there's already this key thing of like, she wants approval from her father, yet she also sort of like doesn't like her father. I just love the sounds of the airport. So we already know there's some things going on with her father that are probably going to resurface again later on. And then Joe, we know that he's on the NYPD. We know that one of his buddies was recently put in prison for wrongfully shooting a civilian during a speakeasy bust. And at the end of this chapter, Joe has gone to his, I guess, supervisor, chief. I don't know police terms as well as I should, maybe, considering I just read it. Anyway, but he's gone to his chief, and it's like, I think we need to stop busting speakeasies, and I think we need to look into the forgery of Egyptian art. And Lauren works with the Met, like the Metropolitan Museum, with Egyptian art. So I know their paths are somehow going to cross over that, but it's intriguing me. Literally, you know, one chapter in, but I think it's going to be good. The last mystery I read was not good, so I'm needing a comeback. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna go get some lunch and keep reading, and then probably I should go to my gate before boarding starts. But anyway, I'll probably catch y'all after the flight. I have made it to Maryland. I don't think I shared in the last clip that I am coming to visit my dad for a couple of days. I am a preschool teacher, and this is our spring break week, and so I flew up to visit him for a little bit. But anyway, yeah, I just felt really like awkward. I was in the middle seat on the plane, so I was like, I don't want to film anything. I don't know. I know people do it all the time, but I just felt awkward about it, so here we are. Anyway, I got through a lot of The Metropolitan Affair while on the plane. I had finished chapter 1 the last time I spoke to y'all. I made it through page 126, which was 12 chapters. I was just like flying through it on the flight. It was like an hour and a half, hour 20, something like that, and I was just going. The story is really like, well, okay, I was gonna say it's really taking off. It's not like really taking off. It's actually like still kind of slow. Like I would say
I'm not quite certain what direction the story is going to go in yet, but I'm not bored with it. I'm not annoyed or like, come on guys, like figure out a plot already, you know, which I can sometimes be with slower stories. I think part of that has been helped with Lauren and Joe. Their paths cross basically in the second chapter. They already know each other, but they hadn't seen each other for I think like years. So they have some history, but it hasn't really affected their relationship, like their friendship so far in the book. Joe has definitely, he has some feelings for Lauren, and he's like, I'm attracted to her. Or wait, no, I'm sorry, it's the other way around. Lauren definitely is like, oh, he's like good looking now that he's older. She was like, he was good looking when he was younger, but he's good looking now too, you know. And he has had like one or two, sorry, I keep shaking the phone, I'm holding it. Maybe I should, no, I don't want to set it down, I'm just gonna hold it. Anyway, Joe has had one or two moments where he's like, oh, Lauren, you know. But I love that that's literally not like the whole point of the story, like the mystery elements. And I'm learning so much about like Egyptology, I guess. That's what they're calling it in the book. I think that's how you say it. And I love to learn something in a story. This book is giving very like Rosanna M. White vibes, which I think is why I am liking it so much. A little more mystery maybe in some of her books, although I don't know. The Codebreaker series is full of mystery. Anyway, sorry, I feel like I should hold the book when I'm talking about it. What else was I gonna say? Joe has basically taken Lauren on to help look for fake Egyptian like artifacts among rich collectors' collections. So that's kind of, they have like a working relationship that's starting to become like a rekindled friendship, which I'm really liking. But again, like not the whole point of the book. It's a good mix of like mystery / just unknowns about like these forgeries that are happening, and also like their relationship. There was a silly moment, this is the last thing I'll say. There was a silly moment where turn back on, there we go. Sorry, my camera or my laptop is like there's a light on my face. There was a silly moment where Lauren was talking about her roommates, but like just her internal dialogue. She was talking about her roommates, and she was like, said like they were both so extroverted. That was like not common. Like extroversion, introversion was not just like layman's terms in the 20s. So that like really took me out of the story for a second. And then I was like, okay, I have to look past that because, you know, but that's literally the only thing that has not been, that had, like took me out of the story. But okay, I have yapped long enough. I'm going to get into reading more of this really, really good book. Okay, I have made it back home from my quick little trip up to Maryland. My dad and I spent one day going into Philadelphia. It was my first time in Philly, and we did all sorts of fun things. We just walked around the city a lot. We went
through Independence Hall. We saw the Liberty Bell, and yeah, it was just a really fun time. We took the train there and back. I got to read on the train, which was nice. I felt really cool doing that. But yeah, I had a lovely time. It was great. I haven't really traveled to that extent in a bit. I like I said at the beginning of this video, I do travel a lot to go visit my fiance, but you know, that's more of just like him and I hanging out. We don't really go and do a lot of things when we're together. Like we'll go out to dinner and stuff, but it's, you know, it's not the same as like going into Philly. So I just loved that. But I have made it back home now. The airport coming back was just really busy, so I didn't get any clips or anything, but that was all right. On my way home, on the airplane back home, I finished the Metropolitan affair. I finished this book in like 4 days, which, considering it was the only book I took, like I read it pretty consistently, you know, for like a couple hours at a time each time. That's not surprising, but I loved this book so much. It was just like a beautiful story, and I think Jocelyn Green might be a new favorite author for me. I've only read one of her books, but I have the next one. I actually just a couple days ago found, oh, you can hear the dogs barking, but I found the Hudson collection in a thrift store a couple of days before I left. So I have that, and then I've pre-ordered whatever the third one is. I don't know what it's called, but whatever the third one is in this series. So I know I have them like lined up to read, and I am so excited about it. The characters in this book just stole my heart. Lauren and Joe, I think what I appreciated the most about Lauren and Joe is that they were a bit older. They were both in their 30s, and a lot of books that can kind of be in this setting are about young women and young men, like in their 20s, which is often relatable for me since I'm in my 20s. But I really appreciated a more mature perspective, and I just felt that the way Lauren and Joe handled their issues was very mature and they considered things. There was only one time Lauren really like jumped to conclusions about something, but she very quickly realized like, I should have taken more time to think that through, and then she remedied her mistakes instead of letting it spiral into something, which sometimes the spiral works for the plot and it's necessary for the plot. But I liked reading characters who could own their mistakes and they didn't feel like I gotta like lie my way out of this or something. So yeah, they were really great. Their relationship and their romance was so sweet, but it was not the like main focal point of the book. I do feel that the romance wasn't secondary. It was probably equal to the mystery. And when they did kind of end up, the feelings were on the table, they did not let that distract them from solving the mystery at hand. And it didn't turn from a mystery into a romance. It stayed very like, okay, we still have to solve these crimes. We have to figure out what's happening, like with the forgeries. And I liked that. I loved how every character that was brought up in this book as either a suspect or was prominent, I guess, in the story was like, it came back around in the end, and it was explained how they were either connected to the crimes or not connected to the crimes, but like why they might have been like a suspect or something. I thought that was really well done too. I'm not a huge mystery fan, but I really, really liked this book. I felt like I could keep up with it pretty well. Part of that probably was I read it in a quick span of time, so it was fresh on my mind. I literally dreamed about this book last night. And sometimes if I have to put a book down and then I don't get to it for a day or two,
I'll have forgotten some details, so that could definitely play into why I enjoyed it so much. So I think I'll keep that in mind with the next ones, is to try and kind of read them quickly, I guess. But I would highly recommend this book. I give it a 4.5 stars. The only reason not 5 stars is I do think if I had taken longer to read it, the plot would have been a little slow to me, but because I was constantly in it, I stayed on track with it. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I cannot wait to read the Hudson collection. I cannot wait to read whatever the third book is called. And if I continue to enjoy those, I am going to go back and get, I think it's the Windy City Saga. Yeah, I'm going to go back and get those 2 books, or 3 books in that series, because I'm obsessed. And I'm so glad I made that little mistake of pre-ordering the 3rd book, and now I had to read the series. So yeah, go read The Metropolitan Affair. It's a newer book too. It was published in, I think it was published in 2024. It was published in 2023. So yeah, that's, yeah, pretty newer. Anyway, let me know if you've read The Metropolitan Affair or any other books by Jocelyn Green, and what your thoughts are on this or those books. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!